Hi, everybody. It's Weldon at Weldon PC. Today, we're going to be covering home network optimization. This is kind of a basic introduction to starting and maintaining your home network. And I'm going to pull up our PowerPoint and we will get started. I want to thank everybody for joining today. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Before I get started, I just want to move. My screen's all over the place here. I'm just trying to get them moved around so that they're a little bit more manageable. All right. So here we go. Can everybody hear me okay? If you can't, just if you can't, just unmute and let me know. Or you can hit the chat window, let us know if you have any problems. And if any of the videos are a problem, again, let me know. So again, we're just going to walk through today how to set up a basic home network. And to answer some questions I'm sure are going to be coming up, you can have a network of one computer. If you have a wireless printer and a computer, and the computer is wireless, you have technically two devices on your one computer network. A home network is made up simply of any device that connects into the internet. That includes computers, game systems, printers, mobile devices, tablets, refrigerators, washers and dryers. Your car can actually connect into your home network if you have it configured to do so. So what's included?
Networking is the word people use when they're talking about connecting computers together so they can share data with each other and all connect to the internet at the same time. Let's take a closer look at the key components that make up a simple, easy to set up network. Think of a network as something similar to your body's central nervous system. At the top of the network is a brain that handles all the traffic coming through. This is called a router. The brain is connected to a spine that sends signals throughout your network. This device is called a switch, and it distributes signals to all of your computers and devices via network cables. Now let's check out each of the components of a wired network in more detail. We'll start with the router. A router has a smart little computer inside that identifies all of the computers and devices on your network and assigns a unique number to each one. Techie people call this an IP address. A router also connects to the internet outside your home via a modem that can be provided by your DSL or cable internet provider. A router is always at work, managing the tons and tons of information your computers and devices send and receive, and controlling which computers and devices get what information and when. So how does a router actually send information from the internet to your computers and devices? And how does it enable your computers to share information with each other? The answer lies with that device we mentioned earlier, a switch. A switch sends traffic through your network to the places it needs to go. Every Netgear home router has a switch with 4 ports built right into it. You can also get wireless routers from Netgear that use radio signals to do the same thing as a switch, but these still have those 4 ports built into them, so you can use wires with them too. When you're buying a router for use in a wired network, pay attention to the speed of the built-in switch. The fastest switches are called gigabit, and they're perfect for applications like streaming video in your home. Meanwhile, routers with switches called fast Ethernet are great for essential tasks like web surfing, email, and online gaming. Now say you have more than 4 items you'd like to plug into a router. You need more ports. The solution is easy. You'll need an additional switch, which again is that thing that's already built into your router. In this case, though, you just need the switch portion and not another router, because your network doesn't need 2 brains after all. Netgear has switches with as few as 5 ports, as well as some that feature 24 ports or more. Once again, if you need the fastest speeds, go for a gigabit switch. Your SmartyPants Netgear router will recognize these new connections and start sending data to them right away. Here's one more thing to keep in mind. Some people often confuse a switch with a related device called a hub, which is obsolete. You just need to know that hubs were replaced by switches because switches do the same thing, but with a lot more speed and smarts. A router, a switch, and network cables all come together to create a fast and reliable wired network that works a lot like your body's nervous system. Fortunately, you don't have to be super brainy to understand how it all works.
So that's the basics. That is the
Networking.
Sorry.
Networking is the word people use.
That's the basics of how a network works. Obviously, it gets a little bit more complicated as you grow the size of the network, or you try to divide the network up for security purposes. So a basic home network, like many of you have, has a modem or a modem and a router built into each other. It's called a gateway. Spectrum, Cox, AT&T, Verizon, Windstream, the major internet providers that you hear of are switching from the modem router independent devices into the all-in-one gateway. So modem and router can also be a gateway if it's only one device instead of two. A switch and a hub can be let's call it daisy chained off of the gateway, the modem, or the router. Network attached storage is pretty much a hard drive that you can plug into your network so that multiple devices can access that one storage unit at a time. That adds a lot of power to a network, both at home and in a business. The most reliable way to connect any device is always by hardwire. Although wireless has really come quite a long way. We used to try to get people to not use wireless anymore. I find that wireless is just as reliable as a wired device. And then wireless access points, if you're in the Cleveland Clinic or you're in an educational institution, you've walked around and seen those weird frisbee looking things with a light glued to the ceiling. Those are access points. They have a long network cable that goes back to their network cabinet, and that network cabinet houses their modem, their switch, their gateway, whatever they're using, and that provides wireless to remote parts of their buildings. So Wi-Fi and how it works.
He's trying to FaceTime his friend across town, but keeps getting frustrated when the video freezes and the call drops out. Let's dive in and explore what Wi-Fi is and how it works its magic. Wi-Fi uses radio signals to provide wireless internet access to devices like phones, laptops, and tablets. At Max's house, the Wi-Fi router sends out radio waves on a specific frequency, kind of like ripples in a pond. These signals are picked up by a tiny antenna inside Max's phone. The router uses a standard called 802.11 to encode data like web pages, messages, and video into the shape of the radio waves. The phone's internal Wi-Fi chip receives the signal, decodes the data, and allows Max to surf the web and make calls. But there's a catch. The radio signals get weaker and more distorted the farther they travel from the router's antennas. When Max moves too far, his phone can't pick up a clear, strong enough signal to maintain the video call connection. Luckily, routers use high-power amplifiers and multiple antennas to spread the signal throughout large areas. This allows Max to get coverage anywhere in his house and garden. Also, Wi-Fi devices only transmit low-power signals, so routers repeat and boost the signal strength. When Max moves back into signal range, his phone reconnects seamlessly, and the video call works again. Thanks to advanced Wi-Fi tech, we can now enjoy wireless freedom in our homes. So next time the Wi-Fi seems slow, remember those radio waves zipping invisible connections to your devices.
So the right place for your router, obviously, if you have the ability of placing it central in your home or central in your office, that would be the best place, simply because the wireless gateway router, modem, or router, as we've discussed, those generally will broadcast a wireless signal. So the more central in your home you can get it, both a middle floor, if you have a basement, a main floor, and an upstairs, the more central in that you get, the better off you are. Obviously, avoid obstruction. So if you're living in like an L-shaped home, you want to try to keep it from being out in one corner of that L shape or the other. Keep your router elevated, so you're not kind of keeping it bunched up by a desk or in the corner of a room. Keep it central, as we discussed, and then positioning your antennas is kind of important as well. Some people think if you point the antenna in a direction, that helps, when in actuality, the antenna radiates the signal out, not straight off the top. So you want to try to keep the antennas positioned perpendicular to what you're trying to get it to. Keep the interference at a minimum. One thing that people don't know is sometimes microwaves will affect this. Large motors, such as a blower motor on a furnace, those can be interference causing devices that will reduce or create an unreliable network setting. One other thing that we found when we moved into this office about 10 years ago was if we ran our network cables over top of the fluorescent light boxes in the ceiling, in the drop ceiling, the interference from that would actually interfere with our entire network. So we had to rerun quite a few of our network cables to get them off of the light boxes, and we avoided all those light boxes and it cleared that problem up. So here's a short video on how to place and optimize your wireless network.
Welcome. Today we're talking about Wi-Fi interference and how you can optimize your Wi-Fi signal. Let's go. First, let's talk location and distance. The closer your device is to your modem, the stronger the Wi-Fi signal. This is especially important for activities like watching Ignite TV or video streaming, which need more speed than sending emails or web surfing. Connecting to the best Wi-Fi frequency can further help maximize your Wi-Fi. Rogers modems come with dual band support, meaning they generate two different Wi-Fi frequencies. Each frequency offers different advantages. The 5 GHz frequency typically offers the best experience. New Rogers Wi-Fi modems come with band steering built in to automatically connect your device to the best available frequency for your activity. For older modems, you can turn on band steering in your modem settings. Or, when available, manually connect your devices to your Wi-Fi network with 5G at the end of its name. Furniture and building materials like metal, concrete beams, glass, or mirrored surfaces between your device and your modem can absorb or reflect your Wi-Fi signal. Try to keep your modem in an open space and off the floor where carpets or dust can also block the vents. Signal interference can also come from electronics, appliances, and wireless devices in your home, as well as from your neighbors if you're in close proximity. Again, keeping your modem visible and not hidden behind other electronic devices is best. Finally, keep in mind that your Wi-Fi speed and signal strength will vary depending on the capabilities of the device you're using and the number of devices connected to your home Wi-Fi. Every device online, including those running in the background, share your total internet speed. As your needs grow, it may be time to upgrade your devices and upgrade to an internet package that delivers more total speed for all your devices. That's it. Understanding factors affecting your Wi-Fi can help you get the most out of your internet service from Rogers.
So that's pretty much it in a nutshell about setting up and maintaining your home network. If there's anything we can ever do for you, please give us a call at 888-7-WELDON. Feel free to email us at info@weldonpc.com, or you're always welcome to stop in. At this time, we're going to disconnect the recording, but we're going to maintain our questions and answer session. And as always, we'll be having weekly classes listed at weldonpc.com/class. and you can click on the appropriate date for the class you'd like to sign up for. And you're always welcome to join the Zoom call. Thank you, everybody for tuning in. I'm going to disconnect the live stream and the recording, and we'll be right back for our questions and answer session.